So if you guys didn't know, Tesla recently had their battery day. I think it was on Tuesday the 22nd. It is now Sunday the 27th. So it took a few days to collect my thoughts and wait for the media's response on everything. But the consensus seems to be, according to like the mainstream media and like Wall Street, battery day was a disappointment. However, I think to like the actual competent people who follow Tesla and the battery tech closely, it was just what we expected, like nothing more, nothing less. The Plaid Model S was kind of unexpected, but cool addition. But as far as battery tech goes, the size of the cell got leaked like 2 weeks ago with that picture from, I think it was Electrek, and tabless was rumored. That was probably the biggest thing. That was crazy that they were able to do that. And all the battery chemistry and stuff like that. I mean, if you looked at patents that have been filed months ago, it really wasn't that big of a surprise. Now, if they did this event like they originally planned back in like April or May or June or something like that, then I think it would have been a huge surprise. But there were so many leaks, so it wasn't. The technology leaps were huge, but it just wasn't that surprising. I guess the media was expecting like some huge improvements that will be implemented tomorrow, but that's not how this stuff works. I mean, you know Tesla, they're moving as fast as they can, and they're moving faster than any other legacy automaker can, and it's going to take them until 2023 to get these lines up and running just because they need to scale to hundreds of gigawatt hours, and that takes time. I mean, I don't know who these idiots are that think that Tesla can release a $25,000 car tomorrow. I mean, they could, but it wouldn't be volume production, and it needs to be in volume production because you already know the demand on that's going to be crazy high. If the cheapest Tesla you can buy today is $35K, then I don't know why like the analysts just thought you could drop that by $10K immediately. I mean, look how many products they're ramping at once. Roadster, Plaid Model S, Cybertruck, that's a huge one, Model Y, and they're building new factories in Berlin and Texas. And it's insane how many things they're ramping at once. And I have a strong feeling that the Tesla team is being very cautious with their promises and timelines to prevent something called the Osborne effect. If you don't know what the Osborne effect is, it's basically when customers cancel or defer orders to a product, and it's a drawback of a company announcing a future product. Elon's biggest competition is their own innovation, in my opinion. If Tesla said this new battery cell was coming in like 18 months, let's say, a potential customer may think to themselves, maybe I'll just wait another year to get my Model Y. It's hard being a company trying to grow sales 50% year over year while also promising insane advances in technology that nobody else is pursuing. Because you just kind of eat up your own market, and people will just keep on waiting for that new Tesla vehicle that has better range, better charge times, it's cheaper. There are some key points that I believe a lot of people missed. Basically, they've completely thrown out everything we know about batteries and how to produce them. As they showed, they've really taken a first principles approach to every step of the battery manufacturing process. This is what makes Tesla an insane company, in my opinion. In my previous Battery Day video, I talked about the battery recycling and their relationship with Redwood Materials. Although Redwood Materials' name did not specifically appear at the event, no other companies really did, so no one's really sure yet. But once electric vehicles are mainstream, Tesla will have created an almost infinite loop of battery recycling and manufacturing. But as this slide says, recycling resources is like 10 years delayed because that's how long the batteries last. However, after electric vehicles become the status quo, battery recycling becomes a much cheaper alternative to actually mining and producing new materials out of the ground. Implementing the batteries into the chassis of the car as a structural element was also another genius thing that I think a lot of people missed. Effectively, I think this might mean that the entire car is an aluminum heatsink, which would be kind of crazy. And the tabless design is also so smart. That was huge because for each of these, so they had the 2170 cells, which are really small. And for each of those, you'd have a tab that connected to the car to transfer the power. And so not only do they go with bigger batteries, so there's about 6 times less batteries in the whole car. So it'd be 6 times less tabs, but then they just completely eliminated the tabs, which is just mind-blowing. Saves them so much time, and it's also a lot more efficient for the heat transfer. And this tabless design is just genius because it reduces charge times by a huge margin, and now you will lose a lot less energy because, the laws of thermodynamics, you can't escape those. Also, how are the mainstream media not more excited by a $25,000 electric car in 3 years? The implications for this are just huge. When Tesla solves autonomy, and he mentioned the full self-driving beta coming in about a month, we'll see about that, it's Elon time, they can have robo-taxis out on the streets operating like autonomous Ubers once they have these $25,000 cars out. This is A, a huge area of growth and potential revenue for them, and B, a very efficient way to accomplish their goal of taking as many ICE cars off the road as possible. Do people really not understand what this last slide means also? Like, these numbers are crazy. Half the cost per kilowatt hour, 50% more range, and it's almost 80% cheaper per gigawatt hour to manufacture. These numbers are miles ahead of what anyone else can do. Literally miles ahead. Like, the entire presentation was just Tesla giving the legacy auto industry a blueprint for survival. Either you follow this or you're dead by 2030. But judging by their current actions, I think Legacy Auto will continue on their path to bankruptcy. So have fun with that. So I'm going to wrap this up by talking about timelines. So Elon has been known to run on Elon time, or overpromise and underdeliver. However, I think he's really learned his lesson with the media, because he's noticed that they really focus on Tesla and really like more than any other company. And if they miss a deadline, it's everywhere. So like recently I've noticed he's been over or under promising and over delivering. Like with the Model Y, shipped 6 months ahead of what he promised. And the stock price has been extremely high recently, and I believe that the current price definitely has these battery advancements priced in, maybe even autonomy. So we shouldn't expect a run up for a while, maybe until like S&P 500 inclusion or something. I don't know, but stock price is really high right now. Definitely has a lot of this new battery tech priced in, so don't expect a big run up. All in all, Battery Day was just about what I expected, but the media is simply too impatient to appreciate these amazing advancements in battery technology, I guess, that Tesla has just promised for the next 3 years. But I'm going to end it with a little anecdote here. I saw this somewhere. It's the horse breeder laughed at the automobile salesman because he thought no one could afford to buy a car, but where's the horse breeder today? I think the Model 2, or whatever they're going to call the $25,000 car, is the new Model T. History repeats itself, and Elon is the first person to start a successful American car company in 100 years, with the last being Henry Ford. Henry Ford took over the horse industry with the world's first affordable automobile, the Model T, and I think Tesla looks to be trying to do the same with the Model 2, and I think they will succeed. Thanks for watching. Links to where you can find me down in the description. Hope you have a good day.